What's the difference between doing business in Hawaii versus doing business in the mainland US, or what I'm going to call the continent? You can't expect people that are more native or Polynesian in Hawaii to adopt a Western model of doing business. Because in Hawaii, business is more holistic. There's a more holistic model of business where we take into account the whole person, their spirit, and their purpose in the world. The ground of being in Hawaii in business is culture. Business here literally has a vibe, a color, it's an energy, it's a spirit. In other words, business in Hawaii is built upon soul, and soul possesses its own higher intelligence and wisdom, and it's often connected with ancestral guardianship. Now, the ground of being of businesses on the continent or the mainland US is not soul, it's the bottom line, it's profit. And then they might add culture in the middle or on top of the bottom line so that they can look socially responsible or think of themselves as diverse and inclusive. And the highest iteration of Western business models, I'm talking like Pixar, Google, Navy SEALs, perhaps Zappos, are going to use culture as a container in which the bottom line is a driving force. What differentiates businesses in Hawaii from businesses on the continent is, number one, I'm going to say it's creativity. And that's not what I talk about with businesses on the continental US. I'm always talking about strategy, vision, da, 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 da. It's never creativity. Creativity is the driving force of business in Hawaii, not the bottom line of profit. Productivity is the driving force of business on the continent. Also, when I talk to business leaders on the continent, it's usually about processes, organizational structure, teamwork, strategy, and again, CEO's vision or the vision of the business teams. In Hawaii, it's about synergy. It's about harmonizing the forces that are included and that impact our project and finding partners who are fulfilling a common destiny. In the words of Nainoa Thompson, the voyager on the Hokulea, Earth is an island in the sea of space. Business in Hawaii is a voyage into the unknown, a risk, an endeavor, a calling. Now, as opposed to the continent or the mainland US, businesses measure their impact based like on how much have we changed the world or how many people we help, but it's still all a metric, a measure of their success. In the end, businesses on the continent are about success. Businesses in Hawaii is a calling. Businesses on the continent are about service, and business in Hawaii is about creativity.